Good day. Welcome to my presentation for the water analysis of Tsipi's local municipality water supply. So the contents of this presentation are as follows. Number one will be the introduction. Number two, the pump stations, storage capacity, head losses, hydraulic profiles and sizes for pumping mains, hydraulic profiles for gravity mains, pressure management, and surge control. Next slide will be the introduction. So the presentation is basically a report of my findings in the analysis of the Tsipi's local municipality water supply. I will first deal with the pump stations. So the project will have two pumps, namely pump 1 and pump 2. Pump 1 will be extracted water from the source into the water treatment plant. So it will be pumping water from the source into the water treatment plant. And then pump 2 will be pumping water from the treatment plant into the bulk reservoir. And the pump design flow and head will be 620 liters per second and 85 meters respectively. And below that is an image showing the pump curve. The next slide will be the storage capacity. So the storage capacity was calculated to be 355 liters per second. So that's the summation of all the demands that were given for each township. So all four townships added together, the total demand is 355 liters per second. And then the reservoir storage is the balancing storage plus the emergency storage. And to calculate the balancing storage, we'll multiply the hours times the total annual average daily demand. And as you can see in the calculation below, 8/24, that's taking into consideration that the bulk reservoir should provide 8 hours of supply without pumping. And then that is multiplied by the total annual average daily demand to get the total storage. And then the next slide will be the head losses. The unit head loss for each component is illustrated here in the table below. So each pipe with its diameter and its unit head loss. And then the next slide will be the hydraulic profiles and sizing for pumping mains. So there's two pumping mains in this project. It will be pump 3 and pump 4. Pump 3 is connecting the Nyangwe River and the water treatment plant. It is a 1,000 millimeter diameter. And below that, that's their velocity profiles and the unit head loss profile for pump 3. And it should be noted that the velocity is kept at less than 1.5 meters per second. And then this will be the hydraulic profile for pump 4, pumping main 4. So this pipe connects the water treatment plant to the storage reservoir. It is a 900 millimeter diameter pipe. And then below that is a screenshot of its velocity profile and the unit head loss profile. And then the next slide will be the hydraulic profiles for gravity mains. For velocity and gravity mains are listed below. So these velocities will be profiles for pipes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And it should be noted that the velocity does peak at certain times of the day. This is when the demand is high. This is normally when the people are home and about to leave for work, but they are consuming a lot of water. So there's a lot of pumping going on into the different townships. And Bernoulli equation mathematically states that if a fluid is flowing through a tube and the tube increases in diameter, then the velocity of fluid decreases. So to decrease velocity in a pipe, it is always advisable to increase its diameter. And then hydraulic profiles for gravity mains are pipes 5, 6, and 8. And below is an illustration of the flow rate through those pipes 5, 6, and 8. And on the right hand side, I've pointed out the peak hours where there's there's a lot of flow in the pipes. These are the peak times. And in this slide, we'll be discussing pressure management. Pressure management in water distribution systems is a strategy for water loss minimization, and it also prolongs the lifespan of the infrastructure in such a way that if pressure is managed in pipes, there will be less pipe bursts, and the infrastructure will be intact. And the CSIR Red Book states that the maximum head in the reticulation system under static conditions should not exceed 90 meters. But some South African municipalities have their own bylaws on minimum and maximum water pressure, but the national benchmark is between 2 and 9 bar. So no PRVs will be installed for this project because pressure does not exceed 5 bar as seen in the pressure profiles. So if it exceeded 9 bar, then we would be considering pressure management. And then surge control. Peak demand velocities that are less than 1.5 meters per second. So this is primarily to minimize head losses, but also to provide a degree of protection against water hammer. So if the velocities are kept at below 1.5 meters per second, then we would have less chances of water hammer or surge into the pipe inside the pipelines. So based on the analysis of the pipe velocity profiles and maintaining velocities below 1.5 meters per second, water hammer is controlled and there will be no further surge control interventions. And that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you so much.